Hey, it's Thursday. Welcome back. Today's show, we're going to talk about these little gadgets right here, the cell phone. Maybe this looks familiar. Maybe this looks familiar, right? Text messaging, and then they're going to get the call, and then they're going to take a picture with the camera, and then they're over to the other friend's phone, and they're on theirs, and it's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, enough to drive you crazy. So, a couple things that we need to talk about today. Number one, what are the expectations? You know I'm big on that. Expectations and consequences. Okay, so we're going to look at two different areas. One is, what are the expectations of your child's cell phone use in the home? The other is when they're away from the home. So you're out to dinner, you're in a public place. What are the expectations there? Because frankly, folks, cell phones getting used all the time. What are the expectations, really? So, a couple of key ideas for the home. Number one, a no-cell zone. Simply what that means is you can designate the kitchen table no cell phone zone, which means that any time you're in that area, cell phones cannot be present. So what that does is it brings you back as a family, spend some time together without cell phone interference. And you can make that table or the kitchen or the family room, whatever you want to do, you make that the no cell zone. So that's the expectation. The consequence, of course, is you don't meet the expectation, cell phone becomes mine. Overarching premise here, cell phones are a privilege, not a right. Okay? Even though everybody seems to have one, cell phone is a privilege. Especially if you're the one that paid for the phone and you're the one that's paying the bill. So, feel free to enforce that expectation. The other expectation at home is that there are times, maybe during the day, where cell phones don't happen. That could be certain hours of the day. So after 7 p.m., no more cell phones available. Okay? Between the hours of 6 and 8, that's a no cell phone time. Okay? Whatever you feel like is going to be realistic for your family, I encourage you to sit down, have the conversation, here are the expectations, here are the consequences. Positive consequence, if you follow the expectation, you get to continue to have the privilege of having this phone. If not, it simply becomes mine. That's a huge problem, especially for a child in middle school or during the teenage years. This is a lifeline. Okay? So, make that expectation very clear. Same rules abide for when you're outside of the home. If the no-cell zone is out at a restaurant or any other public place, you've got to set that expectation very clear in the beginning. Okay? So what I'm advocating is sit down, have a conversation with your child or children, however many of them have cell phones. Talk about what the expectations are. Maybe what you need to do is create some type of a contract, a written set of expectations, and what the consequences are. Okay? By doing that, you give your child the opportunity to meet the expectation, to hold on to this priceless gem, and you also make your home and time away from the home a lot more enjoyable. These are incredible, folks. Kids are using them all the time. I don't think they're going away anytime soon, right? Probably not. So let's create some type of a livable environment so that they can use them, but we can also feel like we have time with the kids as well. All right. Probably come back and talk about cell phones some more. There's a whole lot of other issues, cell phone safety and that whole thing. Let's talk about the bill and the plan rate and all that. But best saved for another time. All right. Have a wonderful Thursday. Be good to your family. I will see you back, of course, tomorrow for Friday's big show. Take care.